Hey, how's it going, guys? This is your boy Hazzed, and today we're going to be discussing about World of Warcraft taking down more private servers, why this is happening, why right now, and of course, what it's going to cause in the local community, what kind of ruckus we're going to see. It's going to be pretty interesting. I mean, it's kind of like a blast from the past, at least for me it is. I'll explain that a little bit more ahead, but let's go ahead and jump into this BG and talk about this random stuff, guys. This should be a perfect VG for us guys to talk about this, because this will be a kind of more in-depth conversation than usual. And as you guys know, I just got back from being pretty dang sick, and it took quite a while for me to get over this, guys. I lost like 16 pounds because of it. It was just stupid, ridiculous kind of sickness. I don't even know. But, so let's get back to the main topic about the private server that is basically being threatened to shut down. And at the moment, there's actually a petition going around that's about 12,700 to try and either bring the server back up or for some kind of action to be taken, because there's a lot of people that are really sad about it. Now, guys, I'm going to try to look at it from both sides, and then I'm going to give you my personal opinion on it. Now, guys, something you got to remember when you're getting opinions about like private servers from YouTubers is that we tend to try and stay on the fence a lot about it, because we can face repercussions when discussing this publicly, guys, because of course we make videos on WoW, and if we're saying things that are way overextent, trying to create a huge ruckus about it, chances are they can take some kind of legal action against our account. So we generally try to stay away from it most of the time. Alright, so let's talk about it. How do the people feel? How is everyone feeling about it? People are pissed. People are unhappy. People want their vanilla WoW server back. People want to be on their PvPing, doing the thing they were doing yesterday. Feeling like they're not hurting anybody, having their accounts, just playing the old patch. Generally, I would have to say at this point, without discussing it further, I agree at this point. Like many of you guys, I've had my fair share of experiencing private servers, and finding my love for the game through the people. Now remember, guys, the love for the game comes from the people. So if you're playing with those guys on private servers, you'll still love playing live with those people. So that is the good news. Now, basically, I'm thinking that sadly, history is going to repeat itself with the server, guys. If you guys have ever followed the story of WoWscape and what happened there, and how brutal it got between that private server and WoW, which is the reason that Nostalrius, however you want to pronounce it, honestly, it doesn't matter to me, is probably going to fold and get out of the way. It is the smarter thing for them to do as a company. It's smarter for them to do as individuals, because this can get very hairy and very life-changing for the company, because I believe WoWscape was sued for about $88 million. Now, they did a little bit worse stuff when involved in their whole server action, because they were taking donations, large amounts of donations, we're talking up in the millions, and then they were skimming off the top, which led WoW to actually perform the legal actions that they're performing against Nostalrius now a little bit faster. Now, from the people's point of view, we're still mad about it. We don't care about what's actually happening on the company side, or what reflects Blizzard as a company from this going on. And of course, the sad part is because of the size of Nostalrius and the popularity and how many people like it, it's going to cause Blizzard to turn their attention towards it. It sucks, because that means, the community's bigger, there's more PvP, there's more everything, there's more fun. But the negative side is it gets their attention. So let's say at any given time, Nostalrius generally had 12 to 13,000 people playing the game. You times that by $16.50 or whatever the price is you pay each month for the game, and you're reaching about $200,000 a month that WoW or Blizzard is losing to Nostalrius. Now, you guys can argue, I understand that many people have double accounts, they've subscribed probably on multiple, but this is where we have to look at it from the company's point of view, sadly, because the company's not going to look at that. The company are going to look at the numbers, and they're going to look at the hard facts. They're not going to listen to our stories, our personal feelings. A few people might, but it's not really going to affect the overall stasis of this, what's happening here, because it's a company, guys. It's a franchise. So, of course, they're going to try to maximize their profit, maximize how much money they're making. And when somebody starts dipping into that money pool, it starts threatening, how they are and how much money they make. And they're going to start going after it. I mean, especially after the recent sub dip that they were going through, you can imagine that they may start cutting back on allowing things like that to flourish as well as it is. And I understand that Nostalrius is free, guys. I get that. That they really stay away from other money things. They really avoid trying to step on Blizzard's toes, which was very respectful. And honestly, I was very surprised that it took this long for it to get here, guys. I really am. I'm happy for the amount of time they actually allowed us to play. I know it sounds kind of crappy at this point since they're shutting it down. You won't see it that way. But look how fast they ripped Scape down. Very fast. As soon as they started crossing that borderline, boom, it was instant. And they could have done it with Nostalrius also. I mean, they got army teams of lawyers they can shove it up our wazoo on a consistent basis if they wanted to. I mean, honestly, they could sit there and pay teams to probably ban bots consistently too. Do it. But that's just how it is. They could have done it a lot sooner. Now, I believe for a while they didn't care as much. And honestly, they can't ever say that they don't care because, once they allow one person to do it, they have to allow the next people to do it, and then the next people, and the next people. Now, let's say there was, 20 different Nostalrius servers up, with 12, 13,000 people on them. And, you start getting hundreds of thousands of people playing free WoW instead of real WoW. That becomes a major problem for not only the companies, but the people that work for the company, their families, and it actually hurts us that want to play the game and are paying to play the game in the long run to allow these to go out. That's the sad part about it. That's the very sad part about it. Now, guys, this is looking at it from both points of view. This isn't my point of view. Now let's get a little personal on my point of view on private servers. Now, my favorite WoW, or my favorite PvP, just in general, world PvP, was actually on, as I said, a private server, and I was part of that Wowscape kind of crew that was part of the bigger groups. I had a donation character. I earned it through a dueling tournament through our guildmaster because they wanted to gear up our horde side to kill the alliance side because the alliance side had all these GM help characters that would just kill the horde every day, and we got tired of it. And, we formed this huge guild and whatnot. And the guy spent thousands and thousands of dollars on all this crap. And then the GMs just came out and banned the guy one day for no freaking reason. And basically cost the dude like $4,000. It was just absolutely nuts. And from then on, we kind of had a burning hate for private servers. But, as I said earlier in the video, and then we kind of got our little retort when Blizzard sued them for like $88 million, which in that case we weren't mad because we couldn't play anyways and they took away all of our toys. But we for sure were like, yeah, burn them down, Blizzard. But this time it's not the way I honestly feel, and I can tell it's not the way the community feels. Now the thing is, we can look at this as completely negative, guys, or we can offer an alternative. Hopefully with this petition, it'll make Blizzard realize that people want vanilla servers, people want kata servers, and if they created those servers on retail, we can guarantee that their populations would be amazing. Honestly, it would create Blizzard more money, more people would play the game, more people would come back, and quite honestly, it would be great competing in some of those older seasons. You could go back and experience Warlock in Kata, experience a Warlock in Vanilla, experience a two-handed Shaman in Vanilla. Like, this is the options we're able to see, Blizzard. Like, these are what people want. They don't want, private, or like, honestly, if anyone could have a choice between playing on a private server or playing retail, we're going to play retail because private servers have a tendency to be messed up more, scripting a little iffy here and there, and, some definitely technical bugs that don't get taken out of the game or reworked or repatched. Now imagine if we had a vanilla server, say that people love to play on, and you guys patched the crap out of it, took out all the bugs, chiseled a little bit, but you kept it the same, and you just put it on retail like it literally says, 60 vanilla. Oh my goodness, would that be a simple gold mine for you? I don't understand why you guys just don't go do that. Honestly, it takes care of the whole private server situation. It lets you guys maximize the profit 100%, and we get what we want by having a vanilla server that we can play on. So then you have people that sit there and go, you know, it's about the past, we should change the game this way. You could say, no, you can go back and play the past and tell me if that's what you really think. Honestly, I feel like it would create a better now game if people nowadays understood exactly what the then was about. I know it's kind of a confusing concept, but having people experience it and then reflecting how the game advances while having the multiple servers up, especially for YouTubers, would be an amazing ability we could have to say if something works or doesn't work. Because I've seen the game lead towards certain ideas over and over again that didn't work out in the past, and I'm sitting there wondering, why do we keep going back to these things? And it's because the community ideas keep going back there, and of course they sound great on paper, but they never end up well. So that's just why I'm thinking why it could be an amazing thing if they would just create a server, create, you know, 2 servers that are vanilla, create a couple servers that are Burning Crusade, create a couple that are Wrath of the Lich King, and go with it and see how it works. I mean, all in all, Blizzard, you lose a little bit of money on a couple servers, but the potential that you guys have to gain on this is exponential. Now, guys are like, why do you keep talking about money? I don't care what anybody says. Any company is going to listen to cash hard money before they listen to my whining sob stories. Now, as you know, I've got quite a bit of whining sob stories we can throw out there, but no. I'm trying. Let's try to push towards something instead of, you know, destroying something, insulting, harassing guys. Let's try to be a bit more constructive out of this situation before going full on nuclear. Because like the last video I posted where that one guy went full on nuclear, that's what happens when you go full on nuclear. People don't listen, they look at you funny, they go, what the hell's wrong with this guy? Do I really even want to listen to what he's saying? Probably not. But that's why we got to be a bit more constructive with how we lean with this, guys. I'm telling you, we've already pulled together like 12.7k signatures on that petition like I was talking about, which is a very large group of people, which is a lot of money. Now, as I was saying, that could transfer over very well for Blizzard and World of Warcraft to at least give it a shot. I mean, those are, you know, figures. Those are hard facts. Those are what people are going to listen to. Hey, people were just slaughtering here. I don't even know what's going on. Like, I'm just on autopilot, guys. Have we died yet? No? No. No. Okay, yeah, let's just keep killing stuff. Like, alright, coach. Put us in. This guy's like, stop farming HKs. Sorry, guys. I don't really know what's happening right here in this BG. We're just slapping stuff. But anyways, guys, the thing you got to remember about this situation is the reason you enjoy the game are the people you love and the people you play with. It doesn't matter if you're playing in WoD, you're playing in Vanilla, you're playing now. Those memories that you created them are why you love the game. And those memories were created by the people that you play with. And people wonder why I don't advance on in rating and get higher rating and stuff. The fact is, my friends are not very good. They're not that great. And honestly, I know they can't go that high. But the fact is, why I enjoy this game are those friends. You know, it's... I honestly, I've left them behind a few times and advanced on in the game, higher rating guilds, done that stuff, been through it, played with elitists, and I can still honestly say the funnest time I had in the game, guys, was playing on a private server, world PvP battles, like 150 versus 150 going ham at each other. And quite honestly, I think there's a way that Blizzard can settle this and actually end up on a profitable margin without having to completely destroy what they're doing in live World of Warcraft now. And, you know, for you guys to still be happy, because if you're playing on a private server or you're playing on live, either way, you know, you could be happy. And of course, they implemented a way into the game where you can actually farm game time with in-game gold. And that alone takes away a lot of the problems and why there was private servers. Kind of like me, I didn't grow up in the best kind of family in the greatest neighborhood. Hell, we didn't even have sidewalks in the damn neighborhood. But all in all, it was, I couldn't pay for WoW, so the private server at the time was the only option. And, I didn't really spend enough time on the game that, playing at max level was viable because, having, like, really strict parents, you know how that is, yeah, you can't play the game that long! Blah, 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 that whole scenario. That's for a different day. But, that was the other reason for private servers was the cost thing and how much money it costs. Well, nowadays, you can just farm gold, literally. If you run cata raids for a week, you literally have enough gold to basically... buy your month of WoW time. Literally, like 1 week of old raiding, and you have enough money for WoW time. It's pretty simple now, guys. But we definitely steamrolled that match. Hey, I didn't know there was a Shadow Priest going ham in here. You went savage with them killing blows and damage. If I knew that, I would have went a little more cutthroat. That's okay. But anyways, guys, let me know down in the comments below what you feel about this situation. How do you feel like it should play out? Do you feel like there's a way for Blizzard to... leave both sides happy in this situation? The other thing is, I was supposed to be in a conversation with Asmongold and a few other people discussing this, and apparently my sound stuff didn't want to work. So anyways, thank you guys for offering that anyways. I would have done it if I could. But I decided to make this off video and give my input for you guys. And maybe, yeah, I'll put the petition in the link down below so you guys can look. I'm not supporting it. I'm not hating it. Don't shut me down. Anyways, till next time, this was your boy Hazzed.